My child, lean in now. Do not scroll past this moment. What you are about to hear is not just a message, it is a divine summons. I have drawn you here on purpose, by my Spirit, at this very hour, because your financial breakthrough begins today. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. You've been crying out in silence, haven't you? You've stared at the numbers, watched the bills pile, felt the tightness in your chest when hope seems small. I have heard your unspoken prayers. I have seen the quiet panic in your eyes, even when your lips still said, God will provide. And I tell you this, I will. I always have. But now I'm not just sending comfort. I'm sending a shift. This message is sacred, is weighty, and it carries a blueprint for your release. Do not treat these words like any other video. This is not entertainment. This is not background noise. This is your instruction from heaven. Every sentence that follows has been infused with fire, crafted by my breath to reorder your mindset, to break every chain of lack, and to lead you into the land of overflow I prepared before time began. Listen closely. Watch to the very end. There are doors I will only open for the obedient, those who honor my voice not just with ears, but with attention. Your full breakthrough requires full surrender. Skip nothing. Dismiss nothing. Every section is a key. Miss one, and the lock may stay sealed. This is not just about finances. It's about faith. It's about how deeply you're willing to trust me, not only with your needs but with your future. I am not just answering your situation. I am reshaping your spiritual authority. And what I unlock in you today will echo for generations. So breathe in now. Focus. Set aside distraction. The gates of provision are swinging wide, and I am about to walk you through. But you must stay with me. You must honor the weight of what I'm about to release. Because, child, this is your moment, and I will not repeat it. Say, listen, obey. Your breakthrough begins now. My child, listen closely. I am the Lord your provider. I am Jehovah Jireh, the one who sees, the one who supplies, the one who never fails. The economy does not sustain you. Your job is not your source. Your bank account is not your safety. I alone am your keeper, your shelter, your stream in the dry land. I saw your needs before you even spoke them. I knew what you would cry for before the tears touch your pillow. And I tell you now, before the day ends, I will have already begun the work of provision in your life. You do not have to strive to be seen. I already see you. I see the way you stretch what little you have. I see the moments you've smiled in public, while silently wondering how the bills would be paid in private. I see the pressure on your shoulders, the weight that tries to crush your chest at night, the silent fear that maybe, just maybe, you won't make it this time. But hear me, you will make it. For I, the Lord your God, am with you. Stop looking to man to rescue you. Stop bowing to fear like it is your master. Stand up. Lift your eyes to me. I am the one who opens doors no man can shut. I am the one who makes rivers flow in the wilderness and causes manna to fall from heaven. You are not walking into a famine. You are stepping into a miracle. Feel the shift. Sense my presence. I am near, and I bring with me a release of heavenly resources to change your financial season. Let me teach you a new way, a higher way. I do not merely hand you money. I give you wisdom. I don't just drop coins. I deliver divine strategies. I connect you to people, places, and moments that carry the keys to abundance. What you thought was just a conversation will become a divine connection. What looked like an ending will be revealed as a turning point. What seemed too late will become right on time. So trust me, not the numbers. Trust me beyond what you see in your account, beyond what you've been told, beyond the logic of man. I am the God of multiplication, the God of suddenly, the God of more than enough. I am not limited by cycles or seasons, by inflation or recession. I own it all. And I say to you now, your breakthrough does not begin someday. It begins today. Step into my provision with bold faith. Speak it. Declare it. Walk as one who is backed by heaven. The shift begins when your heart aligns with mine, not when the money arrives, but when your belief ignites. So rise. Stand tall. Stretch your faith like a net into deep waters, for I am filling it even now. I command the winds of increase to blow your way. I speak favor over your hands, clarity over your mind, acceleration to your steps. I release vision, revelation, and divine solutions. I dismantle every lie of lack that has kept you bound. You are not a beggar. You are my beloved. You are not forsaken. You are favored. Come, take my hand. Let me walk you into provision that flows from my throne. Let me pour out blessings that you cannot contain. My child, open your heart, open your hands, and open your mouth. Speak life. For today, not tomorrow, your financial breakthrough begins. My child, you were never meant to live beneath. You were not created for scraping by, for borrowing breath from one breakthrough to another. Lack is not your identity. Poverty is not your portion. I did not form you in my image so you could grovel for crumbs. I made you for dominion, for overflow, for fruitfulness in every land I place your feet. So rise. Break agreement with every lie that says, you will never have enough. Reject the voice that whispers, this is just the way life is. That voice is not mine. It's a thief's whisper, a shadow meant to keep you small. And I will not let you stay bound by it. Declare war, my beloved. Stand in authority and cast down the false crown of limitation. You were not called to serve at the altar of scarcity. You were called to rule in the abundance of my covenant. The enemy has tried to make you feel cursed when you are actually chosen. He's used debt, delay, and fear as chains to keep you distracted from your destiny. But now, I speak fire to those chains. I speak light to the darkness that hovers around your finances. I speak deliverance to your house, your mind, your lineage. You are stepping out of survival mode and into supernatural supply. You must understand this. Every lie of lack is a setup to make you doubt me. The enemy doesn't just want your money. He wants your mission. He fears what you'll do when you walk in overflow. Because when you have more than enough, you fund movements, rescue the broken, and build what hell cannot destroy. So of course he's tried to keep you bound. But today I expose the scheme. I destroy the illusion. I declare you free. My child, gather your strength. Lift your voice. Prophesy abundance into your atmosphere. Say it out loud. Lack, you have no authority here. I serve the God of heaven. I am no longer owned by fear, by bills, by doubt. I'm owned by the King of Glory. Let these words become fire in your bones. Let prayer rise like a war cry from your lips. Let obedience become your banner, for every step of faith you take breaks a chain you didn't even see. You are walking out of Egypt. You are stepping into promise. I did not lead you through fire and flood just to leave you stranded on the edge of overflow. I'm bringing you in. Walk with me. Follow my voice. Break the idols of fear and walk in faith. This season, I will teach you to breathe in abundance, speak with authority, and live like a child of the King. The chains of lack are falling now, not by striving, not by stress, but by my Spirit. Your freedom is here. Your increase has come. You've asked me for increase. You've prayed for doors to open. But I must ask you this: have you obeyed my last instruction? Obedience, my beloved, is not a suggestion. It is a key. And that key does more than open doors. It tears down walls. It shifts atmospheres. It draws heaven into earth. Obedience is not weakness. It is the highest form of warfare. When you do what I ask, no matter how illogical, how inconvenient, how uncomfortable, you release my power into your life in ways you cannot measure. I see the places where you've delayed, where you've hesitated. I see the moments where you said, "Lord, I'll obey once I see the provision." But I was waiting for your obedience so I could release the provision. My child, do not wait for understanding, act on faith. Obedience precedes the miracle. Always is the gateway to overflow. I have already spoken to you. You've heard my whispers in the quiet. You've sensed the nudge in your spirit, a prompting to give it to grow, to shift, to forgive it, to stay, to move. Those were not random thoughts. That was me. And every time you respond to my voice with action, you trigger a blessing with your name on it. Obedience is the soil where miracles grow. Don't underestimate the power of one yes. Stop measuring your obedience by convenience. I do not call you to what's easy. I call you to what's eternal. Even when it doesn't make sense, my instruction is never empty. When I said cast your net on the other side, I wasn't offering a fishing tip. I was offering a divine setup. When I said build the ark, I wasn't repeating a weather report. I was giving strategy for legacy. I am still speaking like that now. Do you? So listen. Tune your ears to me. I'm speaking again. I am stirring a fresh wind of instruction in your spirit even now. Follow it. Don't wait. Delay in obedience can delay your harvest. But today, if you choose me over logic, faith over fear, my voice over your comfort, you will walk into overflow. Let your obedience be swift. Let it be bold. Let it be joyful. I have already gone ahead of you and prepared the place of blessing. There is provision on the path I've laid out. And when you walk in it, you won't just be blessed, you'll become a blessing. Others will eat from the fruit of your obedience. Generations will rise because you said yes. Took it up. Take the step. Obey me in the small and the great. Do it afraid, but do it. And watch me open doors no man can shut, pour out blessings no hand can contain, and bring increase that eyes have not seen. This is the power of your obedience. It doesn't just unlock provision. It unlocks legacy. The world runs on money, but my kingdom runs on faith. You must understand this, my beloved. Faith is not optional in my economy. It is essential. It is your currency. It is what gives me legal access to move in your finances. Without faith, it is impossible to please me. Not because I am angry or harsh, but because faith is the door through which I walk. It is the invitation I need to intervene. You've looked at your income and wondered if it's enough. But I'm asking, where is your faith? You've checked your bank balance, but have you checked your belief? It is not your paycheck that determines your provision. It is your trust in me. You are not limited by what's in your hand if you fully believe in what's in mine. Leave me for more. Touch your expectation. Stop capping my ability to what your employer can offer or what the economy can sustain. I do not move according to Wall Street. I move according to my word, and I have declared increase over you. When you believe it, speak it, and act on it, doors swing open, resources appear, and miracles break loose. Your faith must move beyond passive belief into active trust. Speak my promises over your money. Declare my word over your business, your job, your investments. When fear comes knocking, answer with faith. When anxiety creeps in, speak with boldness. My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. Let your voice become a trumpet of truth in a world of fear. And yes, faith-filled giving is part of that. When you give with faith, not obligation, you sow into supernatural results. You're not losing money, you're planting destiny. Every offering, every tithe, every seed you place in my hands becomes multiplied in ways you cannot yet see. Your giving is not a loss. It is an investment into eternity. My child, come boldly. Ask for what seems too big. Expect what others say is impossible. Faith doesn't wait for proof. It creates it. I am not looking for perfect faith. I am looking for present faith. Even mustard seed faith moves mountains. So stir it. Feed it. Use it. Walk by it. For in my kingdom, it is not dollars that move me. It is your faith. And when you bring it to me, I release favor, provision, and blessings that overflow. You wonder if you are asking for too much. But I must ask, do you truly know who I am? I am the creator of all that exists. Every mountain, every ocean, every star that dances in the night sky. I spoke them into being. I hold galaxies in the span of my hand. The silver and the gold, the cattle on 1,000 hills, every hidden treasure beneath the earth. They are mine. I did not borrow what I own. I did not inherit it. I am the source. I am the wellspring that never runs dry. So when you ask me for provision, you are not straining my ability. You are not overstepping your welcome. I am not counting pennies or weighing the cost. I do not need a budget to bless you. I need your belief. I need you to come before me, not as a beggar hoping for scraps, but as my beloved child who understands their inheritance. You are not trying to convince me to care. I already do. You are not twisting my arm. I have already extended my hand. Ask boldly, but ask according to my heart. Come with reverence, but come with confidence. My storehouses are not closed. My hands are not slow. I am willing. I am able. And I am waiting for you to stop rehearsing your limitations and start remembering who your Father is. You are not unworthy of increase. You are not disqualified from abundance. You are not a mistake trying to survive. You are an heir. You are my child. An inheritance is your right, not a wishful dream. I do not offer wealth to inflate your ego. I offer it to empower your purpose. When you understand that, you will stop asking for survival and start preparing for stewardship. So shift your mindset. Don't just pray for enough to make it through the month. Ask me for vision to fund your calling, to support others, to build, to heal, to sow, to leave a legacy that testifies of my goodness. I'm not calling you into financial overflow just to ease your worries. I'm calling you into overflow so you can reveal my nature to the world. When I increase you, it becomes a witness. Let me show you how to carry wealth without letting it carry you. Let me sanctify your motives so your hands can hold more. For what I bless, I protect, and what I give, I guard. If I give you much, it is because I have trusted you to multiply it, not just for your own table, but for the tables I will send you to fill. I own it all, and I long to release what belongs to you. Walk as a steward, not a slave. Claim your inheritance not with pride, but with trust. I did not design you for financial anxiety. I created you for kingdom authority. And everything I own, I can release to those who walk with me in truth. Ask, and I will respond. Stand, and I will supply. You are not a liability to my kingdom. You are a partner in it. And I will equip you with everything you need. My child, don't stop now. What I've begun to unveil is only a glimpse of the abundance I'm ready to pour. If you turn away here, you miss the doors I've just begun to open. My heart aches when my people stop short of fullness. Do not grieve me by settling for fragments. Continue with me, and I will continue multiplying what you thought was little. I am not finished speaking to you. I am just beginning to pour out heaven's strategy for your breakthrough. Look closely at your heart, my child. For though I long to release abundance, I must ask you first, what sits on the throne of your desire? Do you chase increase to serve me, or do you hope increase will replace me? I do not bless what competes with me. I do not multiply what you idolize. If your love for money has become greater than your love for me, even your success will become a snare. Money is a tool, nothing more. It can serve my glory or enslave your soul. It can build my kingdom or magnify your ego. You must choose who it serves. I am not telling you to fear wealth. I'm telling you to place it in its rightful place. I will not share your heart with mammon. If your pursuit of riches pulls you away from me, then what you call a blessing is actually a burden in disguise. You've asked why some doors haven't opened, why some prayers remain unanswered. My child, some delays are my mercy. I've held certain things back not to punish you, but to protect you from building altars to a counterfeit God. I have seen how easily you trusted in what's in your hand instead of what's in my heart. I've seen how subtly money became your refuge, your identity, your measure of worth. But now I call you higher. Let me cleanse your motives. Let me renew your mind. Let me pull down every idol that has silently claimed my throne. If you will let me sanctify your desire, I will multiply your supply. But you must surrender not just your wallet. You must surrender your will. Do not chase prosperity at the cost of my presence. Do not confuse blessings with validation. Even Satan offers kingdoms, but his gifts come wrapped in chains. What I give brings peace. What I give brings rest. What I give carries no sorrow. I want you free, free from the performance trap, free from the grip of greed, free from defining your value by numbers. You are not your income. You are not your credit score. You are not what you can buy or what you owe. You are mine. So invite me into your finances. Let me reshape your motives. Let me remind you that true prosperity begins in the soul. When I have your heart, I can trust you with wealth. And I will release it, not to fuel pride, but to empower purpose. Trust me to bless you in a way that builds, not breaks. Surrender the idol, and watch the floodgates open. Every seed you've sown carries weight in the unseen. Nothing given in obedience to me is ever wasted. But hear me clearly now, not all soil produces. I do not call you to scatter your seed anywhere. I call you to sow where I command. Obedience is not just about action, it's about alignment. A generous heart, if misdirected, can become a frustrated heart. So listen for my instruction. Let me direct your generosity. There are places where your seed will be stolen. There are hands that will misuse what you offer. But I will not lead you into waste. I know where to place your gift so it becomes a harvest. I know the assignments attached to every offering you give. When you follow my voice, your seed will always produce what no paycheck could ever match. Give with expectation, not hesitation. You are not throwing something away. You are launching something into motion. You are giving me something to multiply. And when you release what's in your hand, I will release what's in mine. Even the smallest act of obedience, even the widow's mite, becomes thunder in the spirit realm when it is given in faith. I do not bless manipulation. I bless trust. I will not respond to guilt offerings or fearful transactions. I respond to hearts that give because they believe. I respond to souls who know that I am the source. I delight in cheerful givers because cheerfulness reveals confidence in my character. Your seed has a voice. It speaks for you when you can. It goes places you cannot yet reach. And it returns, not just as provision but as breakthrough. But this only happens when you sow where I say. When you give where my presence is. When you partner with what carries my breath. So come to me. Ask me where to sow. Ask me how to sow. I'll move from emotion, move from revelation. I will show you where your seed belongs, and I will bring forth the harvest in due time. Do not rush it. Do not despise the waiting. A farmer does not panic when the seed is in the ground. He trusts the process. So must you. This is not about losing. This is about investing into eternity. It's about aligning your resources with heaven's priorities. I have not forgotten your sacrifice. I have not ignored your gift. And I am not late. Your harvest is maturing even now. You have asked me to send more. You've prayed for increase, begged for provision, and cried for a breakthrough. But now I ask you this. Have you prepared to receive what you're asking for? Prosperity is not random, and overflow is not accidental. I am not just a giver of blessings. I am a God of order, and I will not pour my riches into hands that leak or minds that resist instruction. You cry out for more, but I require that you prepare for it. Preparation is not a passive act. It is a declaration of faith. When you steward what I've already placed in your hands with diligence and honor, you signal to heaven that you are ready for more. Stop despising the size of your current portion. Stop speaking as though what you have is insignificant. I never asked you to multiply what you don't have. I called you to be faithful with what's in your care now. Clean the house before the guests arrive. Set the table before the meal is served. If you're praying for new streams of income, organize the ones you have. If you desire doors to open, maintain the hallway with integrity. I watch how you handle the quiet seasons. I examine how you steward the small. Not because I want to test you for punishment, but because I prepare you for promotion. If I elevate someone who is not ready, I set them up for collapse, not blessing. You do not build a barn during the harvest. You build it before. You do not gather vessels after the oil starts flowing. You gather them in faith that it will. I need you to expand your mindset before I expand your finances. Enlarge your tent. Stretch your thinking. Structure your systems. Clear the clutter from your spirit. I am not just trying to bless you. I am trying to establish you. Prosperity begins with vision, structure, and obedience. Take inventory. Organize your life. Get serious about what you say you're believing for. Prepare your hands. Prepare your schedule. Prepare your mind. If you are expecting gifts from heaven's treasury, then act like it. I reward preparation. I increase capacity. I fill what is made ready. You cannot carry new wine in old wineskins. You cannot walk into overflow with a scattered heart. Let me train you for wealth. Let me discipline your habits. Let me speak strategy over your routine. This is not punishment. It is positioning. I will not hand you treasure only for it to slip through your fingers. I will not bless what you're not built to carry. So come close. Let me pour wisdom into your structure. Let me align your attitude with abundance. The increase you've prayed for is not denied. It is delayed until you're prepared to hold it. But now, if you choose to prepare, if you honor me with readiness, I will pour out what has been stored for you. The shift is not waiting on the blessing. The shift is waiting on your preparation. So rise now and ready yourself, for I am about to move. Your words are not empty. They are weapons. They are builders. They are seeds that shape the atmosphere around your provision. You have underestimated the power of your tongue, my child. But I have not. I created the world through my voice, and I have made you in my image. What you speak carries the force of creation or destruction. And now I tell you, speak life over your finances. No more declarations of defeat. No more rehearsing lack. No more jokes laced with worry. No more daily reports of what isn't working. Your language has aligned too long with fear. But I have given you authority to change the narrative. I have placed the sword of the Spirit in your mouth. Use it. Decree what I've already said, and you will begin to see what I've already prepared. You say, I'm broke. But I say, you are blessed. You say, I'll never get ahead. But I say, you are the head and not the tail. You say, there's never enough. But I say, I am El Shaddai, more than enough. Why then do you speak curses over what I have called holy? Why do you call your harvest barren when I've already spoken increase? Shift your vocabulary. Rewire your speech. Stop repeating the language of loss. Begin to declare the language of legacy. Say, provision flows to me from unexpected places. Say, my hands are blessed. Say, wealth and wisdom follow me because I follow the voice of God. Let my word become your confession, not your worry. The enemy trembles not at your fear, but at your declaration of truth. Words are not simply emotional expressions, they are spiritual permissions. What you allow to linger in your speech becomes law in your atmosphere. And I have not called you to echo the voice of fear. I've called you to declare my promise, even when the facts seem contrary. Speak until your spirit believes. Declare until your soul lines. Your finances respond not just to budgets and balance sheets, they respond to faith-filled decrees. Let your home be filled with the sound of heaven. Let your car rides become altars of prophecy. Let your journal record not just complaints, but declarations. For every promise I have made requires your agreement to manifest fully. And agreement begins in the mouth. Do not just think better, speak better. Train your tongue for war. Let your words mirror my truth. Say what I say, and you will see what I see. I am not asking you to ignore your circumstances. I am calling you to speak higher than them. You have the right to shift the atmosphere with a single sentence. So use it wisely. Today, begin the habit of heaven. Let every phrase become prophecy. Let your voice partner with mine. Call forth provision. Call forth clarity. Speak to your money, your mind, your future, and command them to align with my word. The authority is already in you, and now release it with your tongue. You are not bound by the chains of your bloodline. You are not destined to repeat the financial struggles of generations past. What has plagued your family does not have permission to plague you. I have drawn a line in the sand. I have declared you free. And now I speak this over your life. The curse is canceled. You were born into broken systems, but you were reborn into a divine covenant. The poverty that marked your ancestry ends with you. The cycles of debt, the patterns of fear, the mindset of scarcity, I break them now by the power of my name. My blood speaks louder than your history. My cross shouts louder than your generational pain. What held your parents cannot hold you. What consumed your lineage will not consume your legacy. You are not cursed, you are covered. And what I cover, I protect. I do not simply deliver you, I adopt you. I place you in my family, under my authority, within my provision. And in my house, lack has no voice. But I need you to agree with me. You must renounce every lie you believed about your worth, your capacity, your future. You must reject the identity of a struggler and take up the mantle of a steward. Break every internal vow that says, I'll never be free. Shatter every agreement that allows fear to remain. Tear up the contracts you made with survival. You were not made to just get by. You were made to walk in the fullness of blessing. Even if no one in your family has ever walked in wealth, you will. Even if you were raised in lack, you will lead others into abundance. I will teach your hands to prosper. I will train your mind to discern. I will heal your relationship with money and free you from shame. I will restore what was stolen from your family line, not only to you, but through you. You are a breaker of cycles, a forerunner of generational blessing, a living testimony of redemption. So declare it now. The curse is broken. I am not bound to the past. I am aligned with heaven. I am a new creation. I walk in favor. I carry divine prosperity. My children will not inherit my struggles. They will inherit my promises fulfilled. Say it again until every cell in your body agrees. Until every demon flees. Until every lie falls silent. You are not your past. You are mine. And because I am the curse breaker, you are now the blessing bearer. My child, if these words have broken chains in you, then let your gift become the key that unlocks freedom for someone else. You're not just watching, you're part of a divine harvest. Every super thanks you give is a seed of deliverance, sown into soil where my word becomes bread for the hungry. I said, give, and it will be given to you, and I am watching over that promise to perform it in your life. You've prayed, Lord, use me. I now whisper, this is how I'm answering you. Partner with me through super thanks, membership, or by sowing directly through the PayPal link in the description, and I will multiply your obedience with blessings not just seen in your wallet, but in the legacy of souls reached through your faith. This moment is holy. Don't delay. Give now, and let me flood your life like rivers released from heaven's throne. Listen to me, precious one. This is not the moment to pause. You've heard me break the chains of generational poverty, cancel the curse, and breathe on your surrender. But if you stop now, you forfeit the deeper inheritance. It wounds my heart when you hear my voice, feel my touch, but walk away before you receive the fullness of what I've prepared. Keep going. I am uncovering the blueprint for your abundance. Don't silence me mid-sentence. Today, let me finish what I started. You have asked me for more, but I tell you now, I will multiply what you already have. I am not waiting for you to acquire new resources before I move. I am waiting for you to surrender what you've overlooked. What you've called small, I call sacred. What you've dismissed as insignificant, I see as the seed of abundance. Bring it to me. Do not withhold what feels too little. I can do more with your fragments than you could with the fullness of the world's riches. I multiplied loaves and fish, not because they were plentiful, but because they were surrendered. I didn't need quantity, I required faith. And even now, I am breathing on what you've considered inadequate. That side project, that leftover income, that overlooked skill, I see it. I've placed oil in vessels you've never touched because you thought they were too small to matter. But what matters to you is not what matters to me. What I touch multiply. I am not asking you to gather more. I am asking you to bring me what's already in your hands. I have no need of excess. I am the excess. I do not need volume. I am the God of increase. My nature is to stretch, expand, and breathe life into the little until it overflows. You are not waiting on provision. Provision is waiting on your surrender. Stop delaying your miracle because you've judged your offering. Stop hiding your talent because you assumed it wasn't enough. Stop disqualifying yourself from increase because you've compared your beginning to someone else's middle. You are not called to impress me. You are called to trust me. And when you place your trust in my hands, I take what's natural and make it supernatural. Look again at what you have. Inventory your heart, your mind, your gifts. Hold them up to me with expectancy. I am not looking for perfection. I am seeking your permission to move. I will take your small and make it significant. I will turn your lack into legacy. I will transform your humble beginnings into a harvest you never saw coming. Let go of the mindset that says, when I have more, I'll do more. No, my child. When you do more with what you have, I will give you more to manage. Faithfulness is the key. Stewardship is the gate. The moment you stop despising your small, I start releasing the more. The multiplication begins not at the miracle, but at your mindset. Give me what's in your hand, and I will release what's in mine. My hands hold overflow, wisdom, strategy, and supply. Yours hold something I treasure, obedience. Release it, and watch me multiply in ways that break the laws of logic. You do not need much to begin. You need me. And I am already here. You've been taught to chase money, but I have called you to carry ideas. You've been told to work harder, but I invite you to think higher. The wealth I release flows not just through labor, but through revelation. I am not only the God of provision, I am the God of intention. I give divine ideas that unlock divine income. What seems common to the world, I will cause to become uncommon through my touch. The solutions you seek are already within you, waiting for my breath to awaken them. There are blueprints buried in your spirit, waiting to be released through your willingness to listen. You were not created just to survive on wages. You were made to build, to create, to innovate, to partner with my mind and mirror my brilliance in the earth. Ask me. I will answer. Invite me into your imagination, and I will stretch your vision. I will give you strategies that birth movements. I will reveal business ideas, streams of income, and creative paths that others have missed because they never consulted me. What others call impossible, I call inevitable when it's birthed from my wisdom. This is not about hustle. This is about heaven's alignment. I will show you how to work smarter, not harder. I will reveal to you where to focus, what to stop, what to expand, and where to plant. My ideas are not random. They are roadmaps. Each one is timed, tailored, and targeted to unlock not just provision, but purpose. You are not meant to echo the world. You are called to pioneer. What I download into your spirit will not make sense to everyone, and that's exactly how you will know it came from me. I do not whisper ideas to impress the crowd. I whisper them to shift nations. What you carry will not just create income, it will create impact. So prepare to receive. Keep a journal near your bed. Stay sensitive throughout the day. Set aside space for strategy. Let my voice interrupt your schedule. Expect insight to flow like rain. Expect answers to come in dreams during worship, in prayer, even in silence. I will release concepts that turn confusion into clarity and scarcity into streams of supply. I'm not looking for intellect. I'm looking for intimacy. I don't need degrees to deposit downloads. I need yielded hearts, ready hands, and minds that won't argue with revelation. Your next financial shift may not come from your job, but from your joy in creating what I've hidden inside you. Let me pull it out. Let me awaken it. The world needs what I've placed in you, and I will bring it forth in this season, not through force, but through divine alignment. Trust me, and I will birth wealth through ideas that carry my fingerprint. You've sown faithfully. You've given sacrificially. But still, it feels like holes are in your pockets. Increase arrives only to disappear. Harvest comes only to be swallowed. You have cried, "Why does the blessing never last?" And now I answer you plainly. I will rebuke the devourer. I am not just the God who blesses. I am the God who defends. I do not simply open the windows of heaven. I shut the mouths of those who seek to consume what I pour out. When you honor me with the first fruits of your increase, you invite my protection over everything that follows. Tithing is not a transaction. It is a declaration that says, God, I trust you to guard what I gain. The devourer is real. He comes through waste, distraction, unnecessary loss, poor partnerships, broken focus, and hidden sabotage. But when I step in, he must step out. What you bring to my altar, I surround with fire. What you dedicate to my purpose, I mark as untouchable. I do not just bless, I seal. I do not just provide, I preserve. You have feared that the blessing would not remain. But I tell you now, your seed is not unguarded. I am assigning angels to your increase. I am placing a wall of fire around your harvest. I am silencing every voice of accusation, interruption, and sabotage. What the enemy tried to consume, I am restoring. This is why I call you to give with trust, not to enrich me, but to engage me. Your faith invites my hand. Your obedience triggers my intervention. I do not ignore those who honor me. I cover them. I defend them. I speak on their behalf when they cannot see the war in the spirit. Even when you don't know what's being stolen, I do. Even when you can't see where the drain is, I do. And I will stop the leak. I will plug the holes. I will recover what the enemy swallowed and multiply what was lost. You will no longer labor in vain. You will no longer fear every financial shift. You will step into a new rhythm of protected provision. But stay aligned with me. Let your heart remain generous. Let your giving be led by my spirit, not by pressure. I honor cheerful obedience, not religious obligation. Give because you trust me, not because you're afraid. When your offering rises in faith, my protection rises in power. You have cried for increase, but I give you something greater, peace. Peace that guards your supply. Peace that surrounds your pavilion. Peace that no thief can penetrate. I am your shield. I am your fortress. I am the one who blesses and the one who defends. And now, my child, you will know what it means to be covered. You've grown familiar with process, conditioned by delay, braced for disappointment. You've assumed that provision must always crawl before it can walk. But I am not confined by progression. I am the God of immediacy as well as endurance. I speak and universes respond. I command and winds shift. I do not always work slowly. I do not always warn before I work. Sometimes I arrive like lightning, swift, unexpected, undeniable. Expect sudden miracles. Expect me to step into your finances with the kind of swiftness that silences every doubter. I move in ways that logic cannot map and calendars cannot predict. What took others 10 years can happen for you in 10 days, not because of your striving, but because of your alignment. When you walk in rhythm with my will, you place yourself beneath the open gates of acceleration. You've been taught to brace for disappointment, to settle for gradualism, to believe in trickles instead of torrents. But now I say, brace for breakthrough. Prepare for my surprise. I do not need months to position you. I do not require perfect conditions to release what is yours. My miracles are not controlled by weather patterns, stock markets, or economies. They are governed by my sovereignty and ignited by your faith. This is your moment to shift expectation. Stop rehearsing your past delays and start rehearsing my sudden acts. I parted seas without warning. I rained manna from heaven in a wilderness. I multiplied fish without notice. I resurrected what was considered dead, without permission from time or gravity. If I did it before, I will do it again. Not in theory, not in someone else's life, but in yours. Stay positioned. Keep your heart anchored, your spirit ready. Do not be caught in doubt when I come suddenly. Stay at your posts of faith. Keep your hands lifted, your mouth filled with praise. A miracle can break open while you sleep, while you drive, while you work, while you worship. You are not waiting on a miracle. The miracle is waiting on your readiness. And when I move, it will not come with confusion. It will come with clarity, confirmation, and a peace that overrides understanding. I will speak through open doors, through divine interruptions, through unexpected favor. You will know it was me. You will know it could not have been orchestrated by man. Expect it. Speak it. Live like it's already happening. Let every action of yours reflect a posture of readiness. You will not miss your moment. You will not sabotage your season. I will teach you how to steward the suddenly and rest in the rapid. I delight in overwhelming you with my goodness. I enjoy outpacing your expectations. When I move, I do more than you prayed for, faster than you planned for. Watch me. Trust me. Prepare for the miracle, not in fear, but in faith. Your suddenly is closer than you know. Provision without purpose will always leave you empty. Increase without intention leads only to illusion. You were never meant to accumulate just for comfort. I did not design your prosperity to end with you. I bless to build. I release to establish. I give so that my kingdom may advance. And now I ask you, will you align your money with my mission? Every coin in your hand carries potential for eternity. Every stream of income can either serve my glory or feed your own. Wealth is not your identity. It is a weapon. It is a tool to heal, to uplift, to liberate, to testify. If you tether your resources to my heart, I will entrust you with more than you imagined. But if you hoard what was meant to be sown, you forfeit the joy of being a vessel. This is the sacred exchange. I pour into you so you can pour into others. I increase your storehouse, not to inflate your pride, but to equip you for generosity that shifts atmospheres. What you give toward my purpose echoes beyond your lifetime. What you build with me carries weight beyond currency. Your purpose is not just to survive, it is to steward divine impact. That business idea, that property, that dream, it is not random. It is a vehicle for my voice. When you dedicate your plans to me, I breathe life into them. When you invite me to lead, I cause even the dry bones of delay to stand and walk. Don't pursue wealth for applause. Pursue purpose for heaven's applause. Don't spend your energy chasing temporary upgrades. Invest in eternal outcomes. Let your money serve people, not enslave them. Let it be a bridge, not a barrier. When your prosperity becomes a tool for transformation, I will add to you what no bank can quantify. Ask me what to fund. Ask me where to send your resources. Invite me to interrupt your budgets with divine assignments. And when I speak, move. I will never call you to give where I have not already prepared provision. You will not lack when your heart aligns with mine. You will not miss out when your treasure builds what pleases me. I don't bless ego. I bless alignment. I don't fund pride, I fund purpose. I will fuel what carries my fingerprint. I will open doors for the projects I author. And I will cause others to pour into your vision when your vision serves my mission. So recalibrate now. Evaluate your motives. Strip away the illusions. Lay your plans before me like an offering, and I will anoint them. Purpose is the soil where prosperity thrives. Without it, increase becomes emptiness. But with it, even small provision becomes sacred power. Align now. Let your finances follow your faith. Let your income reflect your intimacy. Let every dollar become a declaration. I belong to the kingdom. And I will meet you there, with more than enough, for more than yourself. Don't walk away now, my beloved. You've come too far to turn back when the gates are about to swing open. If you stop here, the wisdom that transforms blessing into legacy will remain dormant. I long to trust you with more, but I cannot release it to one who hesitates at the door. I am not just teaching prosperity, I am revealing purpose. And to turn away from purpose grieves the one who formed yours. Honor my voice by leaning in. Let me lead you deeper. You asked for more, and I am willing. But I must ask, can you be trusted? Not just with overflow, but with obedience. Not just with abundance, but with assignment. I do not measure your readiness by your desire. I measure it by your faithfulness. Can I find you steady when increase is slow? Can I trust you with consistency when applause is absent? Faithfulness is not loud. It is not glamorous. It often looks like quiet persistence, hidden integrity, uncelebrated obedience. But it is the foundation of favor. I do not elevate based on charisma. I promote based on character. I am watching how you steward what you already have. I am observing how you treat opportunities, people, and responsibilities when no one is watching. If you want more, be excellent with little. If you want promotion, stay honorable in the unnoticed places. If you desire favor, guard your integrity like treasure. I reward what is done in secret. I magnify what is rooted in truth. I will not place my treasure in hands that fumble trust. I do not rush increase. I prepare hearts. I mature motives. I refine attitudes. Not to frustrate you, but to fortify you. Because when I bless big. And what you carry must not crush you. That's why I forge you in fire before I clothe you in favor. That's why I stretch you in silence before I showcase you in sunlight. So stay faithful. Not because it's easy, but because it's right. Be consistent when results seem delayed. Be diligent when growth seems slow. Every day you choose integrity over shortcuts. You are building a foundation that will not crack when pressure comes. Every time you choose truth over hype, I see it, and I record it. Faithfulness attracts what manipulation can never sustain. Your quiet excellence is louder in heaven than the noise of public performance. And when I promote you, it will not be a rise you must fight to keep. It will be a place you are graced to hold. I will entrust greater to the one who honors the lesser. I will pour out more when I see you protect what I've already given. This is not punishment, it is positioning. You are not being delayed. You are being trusted. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared. So stay steady. Stay pure. Stay committed. When no one claps, when no one thanks you, I see it. I reward the faithful. I elevate the trustworthy. And I crown the consistent with enduring increase. You've been told to always reach higher, stretch wider, aim for more. And indeed, I have called you into increase. But do not confuse contentment with complacency. Contentment is not the absence of ambition. It is the presence of peace. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded when waves of desire try to toss your soul into restlessness. I want you to believe for more, but I also want you to rejoice in what already is. Gratitude is not passive. It is spiritual strategy. When you honor what you currently carry, you multiply your capacity for more. If you cannot find joy in the seed, you will not find peace in the harvest. If you are always chasing, never cherishing, your soul will grow hungry even in abundance. I did not create you to live in constant longing. I designed you to walk in fullness, and fullness begins with thankfulness. You will not reach tomorrow's miracle by cursing today's provision. Stop despising your current place. Stop comparing your process to another's pace. Their journey is not yours. Your timeline is not your measuring rod. I am the one guiding you. And I do not reward envy, I reward endurance. Celebrate progress. Honor small wins. Let your thanksgiving be loud. Let your worship be rooted not in what you're waiting for, but in who I already am. When you value me more than money, when you pursue my face before you chase my hand, you activate a dimension of blessing that money cannot buy. Contentment is the soil in which divine wisdom grows, and wisdom will do for you what ambition cannot. Guard your heart from greed disguised as dry. Protect your soul from bitterness masquerading as determination. Be alert to the enemy's voice that says you're behind, you're late, you're lacking. I say to you, you are right on time. Not a moment early, not a step behind. I am shaping you in secret, and nothing is wasted in my process. Rest while you grow. Smile as you build. Celebrate without apology. Your value is not determined by your net worth. Your identity is not defined by your income. Your destiny is not delayed by your delays. I am weaving everything into a perfect tapestry, and in due season, you will see how even this place, the one you thought was a waiting room, was holy ground. So breathe. Laugh again. Enjoy this moment. Love what you have while preparing for what's next. Speak life over your current place. Say, I am content, and I am expectant. That posture opens the heavens. That heart attracts miracles. That attitude prepares the way for overflow. I will not bless a heart poisoned by dissatisfaction, but I will flood a heart filled with praise. And I say this to you now, not as a suggestion, but as a divine decree. Learn contentment while believing for more, and you will live in peace while walking into promise. You've tasted gain that left you exhausted. You've seen increase that brought anxiety instead of joy. You've watched doors open that drained your soul, and you've begun to wonder, is this blessing or is it bondage? Now listen to me, child. I do not give blessings that break you. I do not lead you into rooms filled with pressure and call it favor. My blessing carries no sorrow. When I bless you, peace comes with it. Not just external comfort, but inner clarity. I am not the author of burnout. I do not anoint you for chaos. The opportunities I breathe upon will not rob your rest or steal your sanity. If it's mine, it will preserve your strength, elevate your character, and amplify your purpose. If a door demands the sacrifice of your soul, it is not a door I opened. If the opportunity pulls you away from me, from your health, from your integrity, then it is not my best. I will never trade your spirit for status. I will never require compromise in exchange for success. My ways are higher. My rewards are whole. My goodness enriches every area, body, mind, and soul. Let me teach you to discern. Not every offer is a blessing. Not every platform is from heaven. Not every increase is advancement. Do not chase what shines without asking if I authored it. Prosperity, apart from my presence, becomes poison. But when you remain in me, even the smallest opportunities become sanctified. Before you say yes to anything, invite me into the decision. Let me filter your path through my peace. Let my spirit confirm what aligns with your calling and what is a counterfeit. You do not have to run into every room. You are not desperate. You are directed. You've been taught to measure success by numbers, but I measure it by obedience. I look at the health of your soul, not the size of your income. If your relationships are crumbling, your health is failing, your joy is disappearing, that is not my blessing. My blessing restores. It brings wholeness. It adds to you. It never subtracts from you. I want you to prosper. I delight in increasing you. But I will never bless you beyond what you are prepared to carry. That is not love. That is cruelty. And I am a good father. I will grow you, stretch you, bless you, but never break you through the blessing. If you trust me, I will lead you to opportunities that grow your spirit as much as your influence. I will place you in rooms where your soul expands. I will surround you with people who nourish you. I will cause increase to come without addiction to performance. What I give will not leave you restless at night or anxious in the morning. You will not be forced to maintain in your flesh what I started in my spirit. Rest in this truth. If it's from me, it will not steal your peace. My blessing doesn't rush, doesn't stress, doesn't crumble under pressure. It stands. It flourishes. And it brings joy, not sorrow. Today is not an accident. This moment is not random. You are not stumbling into possibility. You are stepping into prophecy. My calendar has already marked this season as sacred. The heavens are aligned. The earth is yielding. This is not just another day. This is your set time. You have walked through wilderness, climbed through waiting, endured delay after delay. But I tell you now, the delay has expired. The expiration date on your drought has passed. I am allotting what was shut. I am releasing what was withheld. I am commanding time to align with your calling. You've cried when, Lord? I now answer, now. What seemed postponed was preparation. What looked like rejection was redirection. What felt like silence was strategy. I have not ignored you. I have been arranging every detail, orchestrating every piece. And now, the alarm of heaven is ringing over your life. Breakthrough begins today. Lift your head. Shake off the heaviness of yesterday. Do not drag old disappointments into this new divine moment. I am not recycling your past. I am birthing something fresh. I am not restoring you to what was. I am propelling you into what never existed before. This is a threshold moment. This is divine activation. The doors you could not force open are now swinging without effort. The favor you could not manufacture is finding you. The connections you prayed for are being summoned by my voice. You do not need to strive. You only need to step. The moment you move in faith, the miraculous will move around you. Align your heart with expectation. Wash your words with prophecy. Let your thoughts be pregnant with purpose. Speak like one who knows the season has shifted. Walk like one who understands that today is not ordinary. This is not a season of wandering. This is a season of walking. This is not a moment for delay. This is a moment for demonstration. I have seen the private pain. I have heard the unanswered prayers. I have counted the days you thought were wasted, and I now redeem them all. Nothing was lost. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was unnoticed. I have turned your waiting into wisdom and your pain into power. This is not hype. It is holy. This is not emotionalism. It is prophetic fulfillment. You are not entering a lucky break. You are stepping into a scheduled shift. I, the Lord your God, have appointed this hour. Not man. Not time. I have declared it. I have sealed it. I have released it. So rise. Walk with boldness. Declare what I've spoken. Plant your feet in the ground I prepared. Let this moment be your agreement. Let this be the day you mark as the beginning of the overflow. Your set time has come, and nothing can stop what I've already started. You have stood at the edge long enough. You have circled the same mountain, analyzed the same fears, questioned the same calling. Now I say to you, step forward, not timidly, not with apologies. Walk with the authority I have placed inside you. This is no longer a season for waiting. This is the appointed hour for action. I have gone before you. I have prepared the way. I have cleared the obstacles that tried to resist you. Do not second-guess what I have made clear. I do not lead you to the edge of promise to let you fall. I bring you to thresholds so you can cross them. What you sense stirring inside you is not emotion. It is confirmation. My spirit is bearing witness. My hand is nudging you forward. You do not need more signs. You need obedience. You do not need more clarity. You need courage. What comes next requires boldness, not permission from man. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am commanding you to be present. Be present in this moment of faith. Be present in the opportunity I have placed before you. Refuse to rehearse what went wrong. Refuse to replay the voices that once held you back. Silence them with action. Drown them in movement. I have already placed within you the grace you need to succeed. Walk like one who has been sent. Speak like one who has already won. Move like the road has been paved in gold. The miracles are ahead, not behind. I will not let your feet slip. I will not allow your obedience to return void. What you step into with me will not collapse beneath you. I have made the ground firm beneath your feet. This is not the time for shallow prayers. This is the moment for declarations. Say what I say. Align your words with heaven's voice. Let your mouth match your mission. Speak with the cadence of one who knows the gates are already opening. Do not ask if you're qualified. I qualified you. Do not wait to be chosen. I already called you. The moment you move, manifestation follows. You will see doors swing that were once rusted shut. You will witness provision that did not exist until your foot moved forward. You will find favor that was reserved for the courageous, not because of striving, but because of surrender. Every step of obedience unlocks what was hidden. I did not call you to stand on the edge forever. I did not equip you for a lifetime of hesitation. I filled you with my spirit so you could take territory, walk in dominion, release what I've placed inside you, and establish my will in places that have never seen light. You are not small. You are not weak. You are my chosen vessel, and this is your divine commission. Walk boldly, not because you know every detail. Walk because I am with you. I am your covering. I am your reward. I am the voice behind you, saying, "This is the way, go." Do not delay your destiny another day. Do not barter with what I've already blessed. Step out. Speak up. Claim the land. This breakthrough is not abstract. It is real. Tangible. Time. Yours. It carries your name. It hath been awaiting your movement. You are not waiting on me, I am waiting on you. Your hesitation is the only thing left to surrender. Everything else has been prepared. Now go. Walk into the land of fulfillment. Walk into the season of overflow. Walk into the manifestation of every word I have ever spoken over your life. Walk boldly, not because you feel ready, but because I am already there. And where I go, victory always follows. You've just crossed the threshold. The breakthrough has begun. Now take the final step, bold obedience through giving. When you sow into this mission, you aren't donating to a channel. You are releasing oil into dry places, sending fire into hearts that have grown cold. I said I would pour out my spirit, and your gift helps carry that fire into places your feet may never go. You've asked me, how can I be part of your work? This is the moment I point and say, right here, right now. Give through Super Thanks, become a member, or sow through PayPal using the link in the video description. Your seed is not just support, it's prophecy. It speaks into the atmosphere, and I will answer with overflow. Glig. Wuv. Do. And I will cause the very windows of heaven to open above you. You have heard my voice. You have felt the shift in your spirit. The atmosphere around you has changed because my word never returns void. But now I call you into agreement. I ask you to rise, not just in heart, but in declaration. Your breakthrough has begun, but your voice must meet my promise. Do not stay silent. Do not let this moment pass like a breeze. Respond with fire. Respond with faith. Let heaven hear you. Let hell tremble. Let the earth record your decree. Speak it now. My financial breakthrough begins today. Declare it aloud wherever you are. Type it into the atmosphere below. Write it as a covenant in the comments. Mark it publicly and privately. This is the day everything changed. Let this be more than a video you watched. Let it be a stake in the ground. Let it be the day you stopped surviving and started stewarding divine abundance. Speak with boldness. Engage with courage. Heaven partners with your agreement. Comment your declaration. Share your testimony. Invite others to step into the same shift. There's power in shared faith. There is glory in unified surrender. If this word ignited something in you, then don't remain still. Let your voice rise. Let your fingers write. Let your spirit roar. This is my set time. Jehovah Jireh has spoken. I will not lack. I will overflow. Now go. Hear. Declare. Participate. Step boldly into what I have already released. Your declaration is the echo of your breakthrough, and I am watching over every word you speak in faith to perform it. And now, my child, I want you to silence the world's constant clamor of lack and limitation that has been ringing in your ears. You know the sounds I speak of. The loud scream of the past due bill on your kitchen counter, the anxious whisper in the dead of night that asks, "What if I don't have enough?" I hear the demanding voice of your job, the pressure to perform, to produce, to prove your worth in a world that measures you by what you own. I see you scrolling through the lives of others, and I feel that quiet pang of comparison, that subtle lie that tells you that you are behind, that you have been overlooked. That knot you feel in your stomach when you think about the future, about providing for your family, about the dreams that feel so far away. That is not from me. That is the frequency of fear, and I am here, right now, to change the channel. Breathe in. I want you to feel my presence wrapping around you. Now, let's talk about who I am. You have heard the name Jehovah Jireh. It is not some ancient, dusty title from a forgotten book. It is my very nature, my promise woven into the fabric of creation for you. It means I am your provider. Not just a provider among many, but your one, true, and unfailing source. I am not a distant king who tosses coins to the crowd. I am your Father, who delights in setting a feast for you. The promise I made is for a life more abundant. And that is not just a spiritual platitude, my beloved. It is for your substance, for the food on your table, for the roof over your head, for the ability to give generously without fear. It is for the peace that settles in your heart when you know, truly know, that you are cared for. So the question becomes, whose report will you believe? Will you believe the report of the world, with its charts of economic downturn and its chorus of insufficiency? Or will you believe me? Let my word be the final and absolute authority on what is possible for you. When my word says you are blessed, it is the ultimate truth, overriding any number in your bank account. Therefore, we are going to change your inner conversation, beginning today. The sentence "I can't afford it" is a prison door you have been locking from the inside. It is a declaration of defeat before the battle has even begun. I am removing that phrase from your vocabulary. From this moment on, your question is no longer "Can I?" but "Father, how will you?" You will no longer say, "It's impossible." You will ask, "Father, show me your strategy." This is the pivotal shift. This is the key turning in the lock. Your financial breakthrough does not begin when a check arrives in the mail. It does not start when you get a promotion. It begins now, in this quiet moment. It begins with you making a conscious choice to tune your spirit to my frequency of abundance. It begins when you decide, once and for all, that the voice of your Father is louder and more real than the noise of the world. So listen. Can you hear it? The gentle, steady rhythm of my love, the unwavering hum of my provision. This, my precious one, is where your freedom starts. My beloved, now that your spirit is tuned to my frequency, we must ensure your house is built to last. The world builds its financial security on shifting sand, the sand of the stock market, the temporary security of a job, the approval of a boss, the ever-changing economy. When the winds of life blow, and they will, those houses tremble and fall. But I am inviting you to build on something different. I am calling you to build your financial house upon the unshakable, eternal rock of my unchanging character. This rock does not shift. It does not crack under pressure. It is your ultimate security. I know the question that burns within you. But how will you do it, Lord? You ache for a detailed blueprint, a 5-step plan, a guarantee of the outcome before you take the first step. This is the human way, the need to control what feels uncontrollable. But my ways are higher. I am asking you to release that frantic need to understand every detail. You do not need to see the entire staircase. You only need to trust me enough to take the next step I illuminate before you. Your trust is the most precious thing you can offer me. It is the evidence of your love. So where is your confidence truly placed? The world tells you to put your confidence in chariots and horses, and in your time. Those are your salary, your savings account, your business plan, your own cleverness. These things are not evil, but they make for a terrible God. They cannot promise you peace. They cannot heal your heart. They cannot secure your tomorrow. So, I invite you now to make a conscious transfer of trust. Place your confidence not in the strength of your own hands, but in the power of my name. Cease striving. I want you to feel that in your body. Feel the tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your jaw, the hurried beat of your heart when you think about your finances. That is the feeling of striving. Now, in my presence, I command you to let it go. Breathe out the struggle. Surrender the weight of it all to me, for I am more than capable of carrying it. I want you to learn to rest in my capability. This is not laziness. It is active, powerful trust. It is the quiet confidence of a child who knows their father owns everything. Begin to declare this truth over your life, not just as a hopeful wish, but as a statement of fact. Say it with me now. Let the words fill the room. My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. Do you hear the power in that? Not according to your lack, not according to the economy, but according to my limitless, glorious riches. Make this your daily declaration, your bedrock, and watch as the anxieties of the world lose their power over you. This is how you build on the rock. My child, let us walk together into the garden of your heart. For a long time, weeds have been allowed to grow there, choking the seeds of prosperity I have planted. These weeds are the deep-seated beliefs you hold about money, worthiness, and me. It is time to pull them up by the very root. The first and most pervasive weed is the spirit of poverty, and I see how you have, perhaps unknowingly, made agreements with it. Every time you have said, "That's for other people, not for me, or I'll never get out of this hole," you have watered that weed. Today, we renounce it. I want you to speak this from your heart. I repent for any agreement I have made with a spirit of poverty and lack. I break that agreement now, in the name of Jesus. Feel the release as you say it. Another weed is the lie that holiness requires lack, that to desire more is to be greedy. Who told you this? It was not me. I am the God of more than enough. My creation overflows with extravagant beauty and abundance. The real greed is to hoard what I give, not to desire the resources to be a blessing to others. And I see the other roots, the ones planted deep in your childhood. The memory of your parents arguing over money. The constant refrain of "we can't afford that." The feeling of being a burden. You must forgive them. They were doing the best they could with the weeds in their own gardens. Release them now. Say, "I forgive those who taught me limitation. I release them from any debt I thought they owed me." As you do this, you sever your own ties to the most painful lie of all, the lie that you are unworthy of my blessings. This lie whispers that your past mistakes have disqualified you, that you are not good enough to receive my goodness. I am here to tell you that is the voice of the enemy, and I am silencing it now. Your worth is not based on your performance. It is based on my unconditional love for you. So, let us plant new seeds. Where the thought of insufficiency rises, you will replace it with the truth of my unlimited resources. When you feel unworthy, you will declare, "I am a child of the King, and I am worthy because he has made me worthy." And you will hold on to this truth as if your life depends on it, because your abundant life does. Remember what my word says, "For my sake, I made you rich, though you were poor." This is a finished work. It is your inheritance. It is time you started living like the heir you are. Now, I want to share a secret with you, a sacred key that unlocks the very windows of heaven. It is a principle of trust and honor that aligns your entire financial life with my supernatural flow. I ask you to honor me with your first fruits, the very first and the very best of all your increase. This is the tithe. I know the world, and even your own logic, may scream that this is foolish. How can I give away the first 10% when I don't even have enough to cover the 100%? This is where your faith moves from theory to action. Understand this, my child. The tithe is not a suggestion from a benevolent friend. It is a divine invitation from your King. It is the ultimate test of where your trust lies. When you bring the first part to me, you are making a powerful declaration. You are saying, Father, I trust you more than I trust my own ability to make ends meet. I acknowledge that you are the source of it all, and I am putting you first. When you operate in this covenant of faith, I make a promise to you that I make nowhere else. I promise to open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing so great, you will not have room enough to contain it. But there is more. I also promise to rebuke the devourer for your sake. What is the devourer? It is the unexpected car repair that drains your savings. It is the sudden illness that brings unforeseen medical bills. It is the appliance that breaks at the worst possible moment. When you honor me with the first, I step in as the protector of the rest. You must see tithing not as losing 10%, but as supernaturally ensuring and sanctifying the remaining 90%. It is an act that invites my blessing and protection over your entire financial world. But the heart with which you give is everything. I do not desire a gift given from reluctant obligation or fear. That is a tax. I desire a gift that flows from a joyful, trusting heart. When you give cheerfully, your gift becomes a fragrant offering, a seed planted in the fertile soil of my kingdom. So, I invite you today to test me in this. Step out in faith. Present your tithe with a song in your heart, not as paying a bill, but as planting a seed for a supernatural harvest. Then stand back and watch me prove my word to be true. Watch as I pour out blessings you cannot even imagine. My child, we have talked about trust and first fruits, but now we must speak of the very engine of my kingdom, faith. Faith is not just a hopeful feeling. It is the spiritual substance of things you have hoped for. It is the tangible evidence of things you cannot yet see. In my kingdom, you do not acquire things with money, you receive them through faith. Faith is the currency you use to transact with heaven. It is the pipeline through which my provision flows into your life. Without it, the flow is blocked. With it, all things are possible. So how do we activate this powerful force? We begin by speaking. Your words have creative power. I want you to look at that mountain of debt, that financial impossibility that looms over you. I do not want you to worry about it or complain about it. I want you to speak to it. Right now, in my authority, you will command that mountain to be cast into the sea. You will say, Mountain of debt, I speak to you in the name of Jesus. Be removed and cast into the sea. You have no place in my life. Next, you must activate your faith through thanksgiving. Do not wait until you see the miracle to thank me. Thank me in advance. Thank me now for the breakthrough that is already accomplished in the spiritual realm. This is one of the highest expressions of faith. It says, Father, I believe your word so completely that I am already celebrating the victory. Then, you must be willing to act. Remember when I called Peter to step out of the boat? The miracle did not happen while he was sitting comfortably inside. It happened when he put his foot on the water. Your boat is your comfort zone, your predictable salary, what you can control. I am calling you to step out onto the waters of my promises. This may mean taking a step that feels risky, starting something new, making a call you have been afraid to make. Be assured, as long as your eyes are on me, you will not sink. And how do you keep your faith strong for this journey? You nourish it. You feed it daily by meditating on my past faithfulness. Make a list. Remember every time I have come through for you. Read the scriptures and see how I provided for the widow, fed the thousands, and brought coins from a fish's mouth. Every testimony is fuel for your faith. Remember, I am the God of the impossible, And my word to you today is the same as it was to the desperate father in the scriptures. All things are possible for him who believes. Believe, my child. Just believe. My child, listen to me. Your spirit is awakening, and you can feel the power of faith rising within you. It is a beautiful thing. But I feel a hesitation in you, a temptation to take this one truth and believe it is enough. Please do not turn away now. It would grieve my heart to give you the keys to start the engine, only to watch you try to drive without the wisdom to steer. You have the power to receive, but what I am about to share will teach you how to be a wise steward of the miracles that are coming. Do not leave me now, with only half of the blessing in your hands. Stay with me. There is more you need to know. My precious one, as my blessings begin to flow into your life, there is a vital truth you must grasp to sustain and multiply them. You must understand the sanctity of stewardship. See, nothing you hold in your hands is truly yours. Your income, your home, your car, your talents, it all belongs to me. I am the owner. You are the manager I have entrusted with my resources. This is not a demotion. It is the highest honor. I have chosen you to manage a portion of my kingdom's assets here on earth. And my promise is this: if you prove yourself faithful in managing the little I give you, I will make you a ruler over much. Faithfulness is the prerequisite for increase. How you handle $1 is how you will handle $1 million. How you manage your time today determines the opportunities I can entrust you with tomorrow. Therefore, you must begin to manage my resources with absolute integrity, profound wisdom, and a constant view toward eternity. This requires a new level of partnership with me. I invite you to ask for my wisdom in every financial decision, from the smallest purchase to the largest investment. Before you buy that cup of coffee, before you subscribe to that service, before you make that investment, pause and ask, Father, is this a wise use of your resources? Does this align with the purpose you have for my life? This is not about legalistic restriction. It is about joyful cooperation. This leads to the practical tool of a budget. I know that word can feel like a cage, a tool of restriction. But I want you to see it as a plan for purpose. A budget is you, in partnership with me, telling my money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. It is you aligning your spending with my priorities for your life. It is an act of worship, a declaration that I am Lord over every penny. And know this: one day, you will stand before me and give an account of your stewardship. This is not a threat to make you fearful. It is a promise to inspire you. I want you to be able to stand before me with joy, with your head held high, and hear those beautiful words, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." Begin living today in a way that prepares you for that joyful moment. Steward well, and watch what I will entrust to your hands. My child, listen to me carefully. We must now address the invisible currents that have shaped your family's story with money. You may have found yourself repeating the same struggles your parents faced, feeling the same anxieties your grandparents held. You see a pattern of just enough or never enough that have been passed down like an unwanted inheritance. This is not a coincidence. This is a generational curse of lack, a deeply ingrained pattern of thinking and believing that has held your bloodline captive. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. I have not called you to repeat the past. I have chosen you, right here and now, to be the chain breaker in your family. The cycle of poverty, debt, and financial failure stops with you. Today, the authority to do this does not come from your own willpower. It comes from a power that has rewritten all spiritual laws, the power of the blood of my Son, Jesus. His sacrifice was not just for your individual sins, but to shatter every ancestral chain that holds you back. So, right now, I want you to stand in that authority. See yourself not as a victim of your family's history, but as the one anointed to change its future. We are going to serve an eviction notice on every inherited pattern of financial failure. Speak this with me, and let heaven back your words. In the name of Jesus, I renounce and break every generational curse of lack, poverty, and debt passed down to me. By the power of the blood of Jesus, I declare that I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. The old ways of thinking, the old fears, the old limitations have no more power over me. Refuse, from this day forward, to repeat the financial mistakes you have witnessed. Refuse the mindset of fear and scarcity. You are establishing a new legacy. It will be a legacy of abundance, of generosity, of wise stewardship, a legacy that will bless your children and your children's children. You are a new creation in Christ. The old things, the old debts, the old anxieties, the old family story of struggle have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Walk in this freedom. Your family's financial destiny is being reset in this very moment. My beloved, I am about to reveal to you one of the most powerful accelerators of blessing in my kingdom, the cultivation of a thankful heart. You see, the enemy wants you to focus on what is missing. He wants you to stare at the gap between your need and your provision, because in that gap, anxiety and complaining grow. But complaining is a prayer for defeat. It is an affirmation of lack that closes the door to my increase. Gratitude, however, does the opposite. Gratitude is the language of faith. It is the soil in which miracles sprout. Thankfulness is a spiritual law. It multiplies whatever it touches. When you thank me for the little you have, you empower me to turn it into much. So, I am giving you a new daily practice. I want you to begin and end each day by identifying the financial blessings you already possess. Do not dismiss this as a small thing. It is a powerful spiritual exercise. Even if times are hard, I want you to look. Can you find 3 things? You have breath in your lungs. You have a roof over your head. You have food for today. Start there. Thank me for the clothes you are wearing, for the $10 in your wallet, for the job that provides an income. As you do this, something will shift in your spirit. The heaviness of lack will begin to lift, replaced by the light of my presence. Let your gratitude become a sweet-smelling aroma that ascends to my throne. I delight in the thanks of my children. It is a sound that moves my heart. You must understand, a grateful heart becomes a magnet for further blessings. When you are focused on my goodness, you begin to see it everywhere. You notice the small acts of favor, the unexpected discounts, the provision that shows up just in time. Your spirit becomes attuned to my goodness, and what you focus on expands. So, resist the temptation to murmur. When the urge to complain about a bill arises, I want you to stop and thank me that you have a service worth paying for. When you feel the pinch of a tight budget, thank me for the wisdom I am teaching you in this season. Trade your complaints for gratitude and watch as the windows of heaven open over you. My child, let us speak of a law that is as certain as the law of gravity. It is a principle woven into the very fabric of creation, and understanding it will revolutionize your life. The law is this: whatsoever you sow, that you will also reap. This is not a threat. It is a promise. It is the key to creating the future you desire. You cannot sow seeds of an apple tree and expect to harvest oranges. In the same way, you cannot sow actions of stinginess and expect to reap a harvest of abundance. Every thought, every word, and every action is a seed you are planting in the soil of your life. So I ask you, what have you been sowing? If you have been sowing kindness and service to others, you will reap a harvest of favor and opportunity. People will be moved to help you, often without knowing why. If you sow generosity, you will reap generosity. The measure you use to give will be the measure used to give back to you. I call you to become a strategic sower. Begin to sow financial seeds with purpose. When you give your tithe and offerings, see it not as a loss, but as the most powerful seed you can plant. Sow it into good ground, into ministries and works that are advancing my kingdom. When you do this, you partner with me, and you can expect a supernatural harvest from my hand. I know that sometimes you can grow tired in this process. You have given, you have served, you have been kind, and you look at your life and see no immediate return. You feel weary. My word anticipates this. It says, "Do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you do not lose heart." The due season is my timing, which is always perfect. Your harvest is coming. Do not give up just before the breakthrough. Keep sowing. Keep being generous with your time, your words, and your resources. Understand that this is an eternal law. If you want more love, sow love. If you want more encouragement, sow encouragement. If you want more financial provision, sow financial seeds. The harvest is guaranteed. Your act of sowing activates my promise of reaping. My precious child, in your journey to financial freedom, you must understand that you were never designed to walk alone. Pride will tell you that you must have all the answers, that asking for help is a sign of weakness or failure. That is a lie from the enemy designed to keep you isolated and stuck. I tell you the truth. Humbling yourself to learn from others is a sign of profound wisdom. There is safety in the multitude of counselors. When you are making a significant financial decision, you are often too close to it, too emotionally involved. You see only one piece of the puzzle. But when you seek godly counsel, others can see things you cannot. They can see potential pitfalls and opportunities that are hidden from your view. This is my protective grace for you. But you must be discerning about whose counsel you seek. The world is full of financial advice that leads to more anxiety, more debt, and more striving. I call you to first seek guidance from my word. It is your ultimate blueprint, your true north. Immerse yourself in the wisdom of the Proverbs. See how I instruct you to live. Let my word be the filter through which all other advice must pass. Then, seek out trusted, Spirit-filled mentors. Look for people who are not just successful by the world's standards, but who walk in integrity, generosity, and peace. Look for those whose lives bear the fruit you desire. Be teachable. Be willing to have your plans challenged and adjusted. A heart that is open to correction is a heart that is positioned for acceleration. You must learn to discern between the world's wisdom, which is rooted in fear and scarcity, and my wisdom, which is rooted in faith and brings peace. Avoid making hasty financial decisions in isolation, especially when you are under emotional pressure. That is when you are most vulnerable. Instead, slow down. Pray. Consult my word, and seek the counsel of wise, godly people I have placed in your life. This is not a sign of weakness. It is your pathway to safety and success. Just as you have humbled yourself to receive my wise counsel, you can now become the very conduit of that wisdom for another soul lost in the world's noise. You have asked me, Father, how can I be a part of this mission to bring clarity to others? This is how I am answering you now. Every super thanks or membership you give is a seed of divine truth, sown in faith into the heart of someone else who is praying for guidance at this very moment. I have promised, He who waters will himself be watered, and I will see to it that as you provide this living water for another, your own life will never run dry. I will multiply your gift and return it to you in favor and divine strategy for your own household. Partner with me. Sow this seed of wisdom now and extend my voice into the silence of another's confusion. We have laid a foundation of trust and have torn down the old ways of thinking. But I sense the pull of the world trying to call you back to what is familiar. It would wound me deeply to see you with a perfect blueprint for a palace, only for you to remain in the prison of past habits. Do not stop here. To do so would be to understand the what without receiving the how. The truths I am about to share are intensely practical. They are the very tools you will use to build your house of freedom, and the weapons you will wield to defend it. Do not disappoint my spirit by walking away from your own liberation. Lean in closer. Let us continue. My child, let us be clear about something very important. My promise of blessing and your activation of faith are not substitutes for diligence. Faith is not a call to idleness. I have designed the universe in such a way that my supernatural blessing rests upon the work of your hands. The enemy wants you to despise your work, to see it as a curse, a tedious obligation you must endure from Monday to Friday. But I want to redeem your perspective. I created work in the garden before sin ever entered the world. Work is a gift. It is a platform for my provision and your purpose. I am calling you to commit your hands to your work with all your might, but with a revolutionary shift in your focus. You are not ultimately working for your boss, for your clients, or for a paycheck. You are working for me. When you work as unto me, everything changes. Complaining is replaced with excellence. Cutting corners is replaced with integrity. Doing the minimum is replaced with going the extra mile. I want you to pursue excellence in your craft or profession, not to win the approval of men, but to bring glory to my name. When you do your work with excellence, you become a powerful testament to my nature. People will notice. Favor will find you. Doors of promotion will open for you. Therefore, I command you to reject the spirit of slothfulness and procrastination. Laziness is not rest. Rest is a gift from me. Laziness is a thief that steals your future. Do not put off for tomorrow what I have given you the grace to accomplish today. Understand that faith and diligence are partners. You trust me with all your heart, and you work with all your might. You pray for a harvest, and you diligently tend the soil. You believe for a miracle, and you take the practical steps I show you. This is the divine rhythm of prosperity. I will not bless what you do not do. I will not multiply what you do not have in your hand. So, go to your work this week with a new spirit. See it as your place of worship, your field of purpose. Do your part with all your heart, and trust me to do mine. I will bless the work of your hands and make your way prosperous. My child, we must now speak of the heavy chains that have been wrapped around your feet, slowing your progress and stealing your joy. I am talking about the chains of debt. The world has normalized this bondage, dressed it up in terms of good debt and bad debt, and sold it to you as a necessary part of life. But I have come to tell you the truth. The borrower is servant to the lender, and I have not created you to be a servant to any man or any system. I created you for freedom. Debt is a weight on your soul. It is a constant, nagging voice that whispers accusations of your past mistakes. It is a thief of your peace in the middle of the night and a muzzle on your generosity. You cannot fully step into the abundance I have for you while you are tethered to the obligations of yesterday. So today, right now, we are making a divine decision. You are setting your intention to become completely debt-free. This is your year of jubilee. I know the mountain looks impossibly high, but you will not climb it alone. I want you to ask me for a supernatural strategy to annihilate every debt you owe. And you must listen, for I will give it to you. It will be a combination of my miraculous power and your disciplined participation. I will give you favor with creditors. I will open up unexpected streams of income. I will provide miraculous debt cancellations you could never have orchestrated. But you must do your part. You must commit to a disciplined lifestyle. This means you must master your impulses and escape the trap of instant gratification that created the debt in the first place. You must learn to tell your own flesh no now, so you can say yes to my best for you later. And you must make a plan. It does not matter how small the first steps seem. Create a plan to pay what you owe, and work that plan with diligence and integrity. Every dollar you send to pay down a debt is an act of faith, a declaration of your commitment to freedom. So believe with me for the supernatural, and act with wisdom in the natural. Look forward, my child, to the day you owe no one anything except to love them. That freedom is your birthright, and we are claiming it back today. My beloved, it is time to transform your prayer life concerning your finances from a desperate plea into a powerful, strategic weapon. For too long, your prayers may have been vague. Lord, please help me with my money. While I hear every cry of your heart, I want to teach you how to pray with the kind of focus and authority that shakes the heavens and changes the earth. You must move from general requests to specific, targeted prayers. This is not for my benefit. I know all your needs. It is for yours. It focuses your faith and builds your confidence as you see specific prayers answered one by one. I want you to make this practical. I want you to take your stack of unpaid bills into your hands and pray over them by name, thanking me that I am your provision for each one. I want you to lay your hands on your wallet, on your purse, and declare that it is a blessed container, a conduit for my resources, not a vessel of lack. Pray over your bank accounts, your income sources, and your retirement funds. Consecrate every dollar to me. Furthermore, you must learn to use the authority I have given you. In my name, you have the authority to bind and to loose. Therefore, you will bind the spirit of lack from operating in your household. You will forbid the assignments of the devourer, and you will lose the spirit of abundance, wisdom, and favor over your family. Your prayers are a partnership with me. I want you to remind me of my promises, not because I have forgotten, but because when you speak my word back to me, you are aligning your faith with my will, and you are building a case in the courts of heaven. Say, Father, your word says that you take pleasure in the prosperity of your servant. Therefore, I stand on that promise. Establish a consistent time to do this. Do not wait until panic sets in. Turn your worry time into war time. Establish a daily strategic meeting with me, the CEO of your life, to wage war in the spirit for your financial destiny. Prayer is not a passive hope. It is an active force. Watch, my child, as your focused, authoritative prayers begin to shift the unseen realities and manifest the breakthrough you have been waiting for. My child, listen closely. While diligence, stewardship, and prayer are all essential, there is one element that can accelerate your breakthrough beyond anything you can accomplish on your own: your ability to hear my specific voice for divine opportunities. You must sharpen your spiritual ears. My provision for you will often be packaged in a piece of divine instruction, a heavenly idea, or a strategic connection. I do not shout my plans from the heavens. Remember how I revealed myself to the prophet Elijah. I was not in the great wind, the earthquake, or the fire. I was in the still, small voice. It is the same with you. I will speak to you in the quiet moments, in a gentle nudge in your spirit, a persistent thought that will not go away. a creative idea that seems to come from nowhere. These are my whispers, and they are worth more than all the gold in the world. I will give you ideas for businesses, solutions to complex problems at your work, and strategies for investment that are not of your own making. I will prompt you to reconnect with a person you have not spoken to in years, only for you to discover they hold the key to your next open door. But hearing is only half of the equation. The other half is obedience. You must be radically obedient to my promptings, especially when they seem small or illogical. It may be a nudge to bless someone with the last $20 you have, only to see me multiply it back to you 100-fold. It may be an instruction to apply for a job you feel unqualified for, only to find you have my supernatural favor. You must understand, one word of divine instruction from me, when acted upon, can unlock more prosperity than a lifetime of your own hard labor. So, I want you to begin a new habit. Every single morning, before the world has a chance to shout its demands at you, I want you to come to me in the quiet and ask a simple question. Father, what are you highlighting to me today? What person, what idea, what action do you want me to focus on? And listen. Be expectant. And when I speak, act without delay. This is how you partner with me for your supernatural increase. My precious child, as we walk this path toward your complete financial breakthrough, I must give you a gift that will protect your heart and preserve your peace along the journey. It is the gift of contentment. Now, do not misunderstand me. Contentment is not complacency. It is not a call to give up on your dreams or to settle for a life of lack. No, contentment is a deep, peaceful trust in my goodness and my timing, right where you are. It is the secret my apostle Paul learned, to be content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. It is a peace that is not dependent on your circumstances. It is a quiet confidence that says, even if my situation has not yet changed, my God is still on the throne. He is still good, and He is still working all things for my good. This gift is crucial because it will guard your heart against the twin poisons of comparison and envy. The enemy loves for you to look at the lives of others. He wants you to scroll through their curated images of success and feel that you are falling short. This is a trap that steals your joy and aborts your own unique process. You are on your own journey with me, and it is beautiful. Find joy in this journey, not just in the future destination of financial wealth. Find joy in the lessons I am teaching you, in the character I am building in you, and in the intimacy we are sharing right now. Contentment will release you from the exhausting anxiety that comes from striving for more out of fear. When you strive from fear, you are saying, I have to make this happen. When you work from a place of contented trust, you are saying, I will do my part, and I trust my Father to do His. This is the place of power and peace. Remember my word, godliness with contentment is great gain. True wealth is not a number in an account. It is a heart that is at rest in its Father's love, knowing that He is, and always will be, more than enough. Embrace this gift, and you will find a richness that money can never buy. This place of contentment and peace feels good, does it not? It is my gift to you. But beware, my beloved, for comfort can become a seductive resting place that keeps you from your destiny. It would break my heart for you to mistake this peaceful harbor for your final destination. I have not called you to simply be safe. I have called you to be a mighty conqueror. To stop listening now is to receive my peace but reject my power. It is to accept your armor but leave your sword on the table. The giants are still waiting in the land for you. What I must tell you next is how we will make them fall. Your training is not yet complete. Stay with me. My beloved, as you step onto this path of faith and trust, you must be prepared, for giants will appear in the land. These are the giants of fear and doubt. They will stand on the border of your promised land of abundance, and they will mock you. They will shout lies to intimidate you. Their voices will sound like this: "You'll never get out of debt. Remember the last time you tried and failed. Who are you to believe for something so big?" These giants are real, but I am here to tell you that they are no match for you. Why? Because I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, and of love, and of a sound mind. The fear you feel is not from me. It is an illegal intruder in the territory of your heart, and today you will evict it. How do you conquer these giants? You do not fight them with your own strength or logic. You wield the weapon I have given you, the sword of the Spirit, which is my word. When the giant of fear roars, you are going to lose everything. You will answer it out loud with my promise. My God shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. When the giant of doubt whispers, "This will never work," you will cut it down with my truth. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You must starve your doubts and feed your faith. You cannot spend your day listening to the fearful reports of the world and 5 minutes reading my word and expect to be strong in faith. No. You must make a conscious choice to saturate your mind with my promises. Feast on testimonies of my power. Actively recall the victories I have already won for you. Make a list of every time I have been faithful in your past. Every memory is a stone for your slingshot. Ultimately, it comes down to a choice. Before you are two reports: the report of the giants, your circumstances, your bank account, your past failures, and my report, my promises of victory and abundance. Which one will you believe? Choose today to believe my report. Stand on my word, speak it out of your mouth, and watch those giants of fear and doubt fall before you, just as Goliath fell before David. My beloved, as I prepare to place greater resources into your hands, we must solidify the foundation upon which this blessing will be built. That foundation is unwavering integrity. You must understand, integrity is not merely a set of rules to follow. It is a state of wholeness, where your private actions perfectly align with your public declarations and with the purity of my own heart. It is in the small, unseen moments that your integrity is forged. It is in the choice to give back the extra $10 the cashier mistakenly gave you. It is the refusal to round up your hours on a timesheet or to fudge a number on an expense report, even when you know no one would ever find out. The world will tell you, "It doesn't matter. Everyone does it. It's just a little white lie to get by." But I am watching, not as a harsh judge, but as a loving father looking for a vessel he can trust. A good name, my child, is more desirable than great riches. Your reputation for honesty is a spiritual currency that buys you favor and trust, things that money can never purchase. When you walk in integrity, you walk in peace. There is no anxiety about being found out, no fear of an audit, no hidden shame that follows you. Wealth that is gained by deceit brings a curse with it. It dwindles and is accompanied by restlessness. But the resources I entrust to a person of integrity will grow and bring with them my shalom peace. Refuse to cut corners. Let your yes be yes when you make a promise, and pay what you owe with an honest heart. Your integrity is a powerful witness. When the world sees you operate with unshakable honesty, especially when it costs you something, they see a glimpse of my character. They see that you serve a different king and operate by a different set of rules. Do not believe the lie that you must be ruthless to get ahead. That is the world's way. My way is integrity, and it is the only path to a blessing that lasts, a prosperity that does not bring sorrow with it. Commit to absolute honesty in all your dealings, and I will commit my limitless favor to all you do. My child, you must awaken to the awesome power I have placed within your mouth. The scriptures are not exaggerating when they say that life and death are in the power of your tongue. You are the prophet of your own life. With your words, you are either prophesying and creating a future of abundance, or you are prophesying and creating a future of lack. For too long, you have been using your words to curse your own finances without even realizing it. Listen to yourself. What have you been saying? I'm so broke. I'll never get ahead. Things are just too expensive. We can never afford nice things. Every one of those statements is a negative prophecy. It is a seed of lack that you have planted with your own mouth, and it has borne bitter fruit. Today, that ends. We are pulling up those weeds of negative confession. I am calling you to align your vocabulary with your victory. You must stop speaking about the reality of your current situation and start speaking about the truth of my promises. Your reality may be lack, but my truth is abundance. Your reality may be debt, but my truth is freedom. From this day forward, when you are tempted to speak of what you lack, you will instead declare what my word says about you. You will say, I am blessed. You will say, I am prosperous. You will say, I am a lender and not a borrower. You will say, my God supplies all of my needs. You must frame your world with words of faith. You will call forth those things which do not exist as though they did. When you look at an empty bank account, you will not say, I have nothing. You will say, my God is my source, and He is more than enough. Let your mouth become a fountain of blessing, not a drain of despair. Speak words of life over your children, over your business, over your income. Water the seeds of my promises with declarations of faith, and you will see a harvest so abundant it will astound you. Your words create your world. Choose them wisely. My precious child, I want to stretch your faith now. I want to lift your vision beyond where it has been. For too long, you have been praying for addition, when I am a God of multiplication. Addition is what you can do. You work, you get a paycheck, you add it to your account. Multiplication is what I do. It is the supernatural increase that defies logic and exceeds all your efforts. I am not the God of just enough. That is a religious and fearful mindset. I am the God of exceedingly, abundantly above all you can ask or think. I want to position you not just for a little more, but for a life of supernatural multiplication and overflow. You remember the story of the boy with the 5 loaves and 2 fish. In his hands it was a small lunch, barely enough for himself. It was addition. But when he released that small lunch into my son's hands, it was multiplied to feed thousands, with 12 baskets left over. That is my nature. I want you to look at what is in your hand. It may seem small and inadequate to you. It might be one creative idea. It might be a small amount of savings. It might be a single talent or skill. The enemy wants you to despise that small thing, but I see it as the seed for a miracle. Your part is to release it to me. Ask me for my multiplication anointing to come upon it. Pray this: Father, I present my 5 loaves and 2 fish to you. I ask for your supernatural multiplication anointing to rest on my income, my ideas, my investments, and my talents. Turn every seed I have into a forest. You must develop a mindset of expansion. Stop thinking in terms of scarcity and start thinking in terms of my infinite abundance. Prepare yourself for an overflow. Enlarge your capacity to receive, because the blessing I am sending is not just for you. It is meant to flow through you to bless many others. This is your destiny, to become a distribution center for my goodness in the earth. My child, there is a sacred and often difficult season in the journey of faith that you must learn to navigate. It is the test of delay. You have prayed. You have given your tithe. You have spoken words of faith. You have walked in integrity. And yet, you look at your circumstances, and it seems as though nothing has changed. You hear only silence from heaven. It is in this place, this hallway of waiting, that many lose heart and give up. The enemy will come to you in this season and whisper, "It's not working. God has forgotten you. He is not going to answer." I am here to arm you against that lie. You must understand this. My silence is not my absence. My delay is not my denial. I am always working. Often, the season of waiting is one of the most active times in the spiritual realm. I am working behind the scenes, rearranging circumstances, aligning people, and preparing the way for your breakthrough. But even more importantly, I am working in you. I am using the season of delay to perfect your character, to deepen your patience, and to strengthen your endurance. A blessing that is received prematurely can crush a person who is not ready for the weight of it. I love you too much to give you a blessing that you do not have the character to sustain. So, in this time of waiting, I command you, resist the temptation to take matters into your own hands. Do not resort to worldly schemes or ungodly means to try and help me out. Your only job in the hallway is to praise. You will praise me in the hallway of waiting with the same passion you will have in the palace of fulfillment. This is the faith that honors me. And trust my perfect timing. I make all things beautiful in their time. Your breakthrough is an appointed time. It is not late. Do not grow weary, my beloved. Your due season of reaping is on its way. As you stand in faith, trusting me in your season of waiting, you now have the opportunity to become the very miracle that ends another's painful delay. You have prayed, "Lord, let me be a source of hope." This is your moment. Your gift through Super Thanks membership, where the PayPal link in the description is like manna appearing in someone else's wilderness, a tangible sign that I have not forgotten them. I declared, "I will never leave you nor forsake you," and your obedience now becomes the proof of that promise for a soul on the brink of giving up. Do not miss this divine appointment. As you sow this seed of timely provision into their life, I will honor your faithfulness and release an acceleration over your own breakthrough. Release your provision now. Send this hope into another's hallway and watch what I do for you. You now hold the secrets of integrity, the power of your words, and the promise of multiplication. You are so close. But I feel a deep ache in my spirit, for I see you holding all these keys to your future, yet there is a hidden chain on your own ankle, forged by an old wound, that will prevent you from taking another step. It would grieve me beyond words for you to have all the tools for a massive harvest while being tied to a post of bitterness. Everything we have discussed will be hindered if you do not hear what I must say next. This next truth is the key to your own release. Please stay. Let me set you completely and utterly free. My beloved, let us address a critical blockage that can dam up the river of my blessing in your life. It is the spiritual poison of unforgiveness. You cannot expect to walk in the fullness of my financial release while your heart is chained to the bitterness of old wounds. Unforgiveness is a spiritual cancer. It holds you captive to the very people who hurt you, and it hinders your prayers from reaching my throne with power. I want you to search your heart right now. Who have you held a grudge against in a financial matter? Is it a former business partner who cheated you? A family member who borrowed money and never paid it back? A boss who unfairly denied you a promotion or a raise? You have been carrying the weight of that injustice, replaying the offense in your mind. You feel they owe you. But I tell you, the price of holding on to that offense is far greater than the money you lost. It is costing you your peace and blocking your future blessing. Today, for the sake of your own freedom, you must forgive. I am not asking you to say what they did was okay. I am asking you to release them from the debt they owe you, and to turn them over to me, for I am a just God. In a moment of prayer, I want you to say their name and speak these words from your heart. I choose to forgive person's name. I release them from the debt they owe me. I release my right to be angry. I place them in your hands, Father. As you do this, feel the chains breaking. But there is another side to this. You must also ask for my forgiveness for your own financial missteps, for the poor judgments and foolish decisions you have made. Release the shame and guilt you carry. My grace flows most freely through a heart that both receives and extends grace. You cannot ask me to cancel your spiritual debt to me while you hold others to account for their debts to you. So, release them all. Drop the heavy rocks of old grudges and bitter wounds. Free your hands so that you can receive the good gifts I am longing to place in them. Your financial release is directly connected to your spiritual release. Walk in the liberty that comes from a clean heart. My child, you must expand your vision of how I provide for you. For too long, you have seen my provision as a single pipeline, your current job, your salary. You have prayed for me to increase the flow through that one pipe. But I want to show you that I own the entire ocean. I am not limited to your present circumstances. I am a God of infinite creativity and endless new beginnings, and I want to partner with you to create new streams of income you have never imagined. The world has tried to categorize you, to put you in a box. You may even have told yourself, I'm not a creative person, or I don't have any good ideas. That is a lie you must discard today. You were made in my image, and I am the creator of all things. Therefore, the very capacity for creation and innovation resides within you, placed there by my Spirit. I am the source of every brilliant idea, every innovative solution, every work of art that has ever graced this world. The same Spirit that gave Bezalel the artistic skill to design the tabernacle and Solomon the divine wisdom to build the temple, that same Spirit lives in you. So, I am calling you to move beyond simply managing what you have, to a new place of co-creating with me. I want you to start asking me for divine creativity. Ask me for heavenly blueprints. Be open and expectant. The solution to your financial pressure may not be a raise. It may be an idea for a business, a concept for an app, a blueprint for an invention, a melody for a song, a story for a book. See the problems around you not as dead ends, but as opportunities for a divine idea to be born. I will download strategies into your spirit in the quiet moments. Be ready. Keep a notebook by your bed. When an idea comes that sparks life in you, that is me speaking. Do not dismiss it because it seems too big or you feel unqualified. I do not call the qualified called. Trust me. Your greatest source of wealth is not your labor, but your access to my infinite mind. Ask, and I will give you ideas that will make a way where there seems to be no way. My precious child, in a world that screams for you to have everything now, I am calling you to a higher, more powerful way of living. It is the way of disciplined, delayed gratification. This is not a life of grim deprivation. It is the training of a king. A child is ruled by their impulses and appetites, but a king or queen is one who rules over their own desires for the sake of a greater future. The culture around you is built on the lie of instant gratification, a lie fueled by one-click ordering and the ever-present lure of credit. It promises immediate pleasure but delivers the long-term pain of bondage and regret. I am offering you the opposite, the short-term discipline that leads to the long-term, glorious joy of freedom and abundance. You must become the master of your impulses. You must learn to say no to your flesh now, so you can say a resounding yes to my best for you later. This is a spiritual muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with exercise. Therefore, I want you to practice this. I want you to try fasting, not just from food, but from spending. For 1 week, commit to buying only what is absolutely essential. When the urge for that impulse buy rises, when you feel that pull toward a fleeting pleasure, I want you to stop. Instead of giving in, bring that desire to me in prayer. This will do 2 things. It will break the power of the impulse, and it will deepen your dependence on me. You are learning to sow to the Spirit by investing in your future, not to the flesh by consuming everything today. See this discipline not as something you are losing, but as a wise and powerful investment in your destiny. Every time you delay gratification, you are casting a vote for your future self. You are telling your soul that the freedom of tomorrow is worth more than the trinket of today. This is the path of wisdom, and it is the path to a blessing that you can not only receive, but also sustain. My child, we have spoken of the tithe as the foundation of obedience, the first fruits that honor me and open the windows of heaven. Now, I want to invite you to move beyond the foundation and into the beautiful, joyful house of generosity. The tithe is what you owe in honor, but the offering, what you give beyond the tithe, is the expression of your love. And I want you to know this. I love a cheerful giver. I am not moved by the size of the gift, but by the condition of the heart that releases it. A gift given out of guilt or compulsion is a duty, but a gift given with a joyful, singing heart is an act of worship that delights me. It is a declaration of trust that says, Father, you are so good and so faithful that my greatest joy is partnering with you to bless others. I am calling you to become a river, not a reservoir. A reservoir is designed to hold and store water for its own use, and if it stays there too long, it can become stagnant. But a river is a conduit. It joyfully receives from its source and just as joyfully releases, bringing life and refreshment to everything it touches. This is my design for you. I want to pour my resources through you, not just to you. To walk in this, you must become a strategic giver. Begin to pray over your offerings. Ask me, Father, where is the good ground you want me to water today? Whose need are you calling me to meet? When you give in response to my specific guidance, your giving becomes a powerful act of partnership. It may be a sacrificial gift, one that stretches your faith, but you give it knowing that I am your inexhaustible source. There is a profound, unshakable joy that can be found in only one place. In the moment you allow me to use your resources to answer another person's prayer. This is the true richness I desire for you. Not just to have enough for yourself, but to have so much overflow that you become a solution for the needs all around you. Embrace this, and you will discover a joy that far surpasses the temporary thrill of acquiring things. My precious child, you must be spiritually awake and alert, for my provision and your next breakthrough will often come to you in a way you do not expect. It will not simply fall from the sky. More often than not, I will package your miracle in a person. I will orchestrate a divine appointment, a chance meeting that is no chance at all, a conversation that opens a door to your destiny. Your breakthrough may be waiting in an introduction from a friend, a piece of advice from a stranger in a coffee shop, or a sudden desire to reconnect with an old colleague. These are my fingerprints on your life. These are the divine connections I am arranging for your benefit. But if your spiritual eyes are closed, if you are too busy, too distracted, or too focused on your own problems, you will walk right past them. Therefore, I command you to pray for discernment. Not every opportunity is from me. Not every open door is a door I have opened. Some are distractions sent by the enemy to pull you off course. You must learn to discern the difference. Ask me daily, Father, give me the wisdom to know which doors to walk through and which ones to pass by. When you feel that gentle nudge from my spirit, that peace that confirms a path, you must act with courage and promptness. Do not hesitate. Do not allow the giants of fear and doubt to talk you out of it. My favor is not passive. It is an opportunity that requires your active participation. I will open the door, but you must have the courage to walk through it. I will present the opportunity, but you must have the faith to seize it. Understand this powerful truth. Your breakthrough may be connected to a person you are meant to meet, but it may also be connected to a person you are meant to help. Be kind to everyone, for you do not know who holds the key to your future. The person I am calling you to bless today may be the very person I use to bless you tomorrow. Live with your eyes open, expecting me to show up in the people I send across your path. Look, my child. Look where we are standing. We are on the very edge of your promised land. You can see the blessings from here. You have the wisdom, the discipline, and the heart of a giver. The giants are trembling. Do not stop now. It would break your father's heart to have walked with you all this way through the wilderness, only to see you turn back at the final step. I have brought you to the door. Do not leave me standing here alone. Let us walk through it together. The final truths I have for you are the ones that will ensure your victory is not a fleeting moment, but a lasting legacy. We are too close to turn back. Finish this journey with me. My child, hear me now. I want to speak a word of courage directly into your spirit. Just as I told my people Israel long ago, I am telling you today, I have already given you the land of your financial prosperity, the territory of your debt-free life, the realm of your more than enough. It is already yours. The deed hath been signed in heaven by the blood of my Son. It is your inheritance. But there is a principle you must understand. I will not drop you into your promised land from a helicopter. You must cross your Jordan River of fear, and you must go and possess what is already yours. Possessing your inheritance requires courage. It demands that you take steps of faith, that you move into new territories, and that you take calculated risks based on my promises, not on your feelings. When you look into this new land, you will see giants. The giants of economic forecasts that predict recession. The giants of market competition. The giants of your own past failures and feelings of inadequacy. And just like the spies of old, these giants will try to intimidate you. They will tell you, we are like grasshoppers in their sight. We cannot do this. But I am here to give you the true report. You are not a grasshopper. You are a child of the Most High God, and the giants are no match for me. Remember my promise. If I am for you, what force in the universe can possibly stand against you? You must distinguish between aspiration and action. It is not enough to dream of the promised land. You must put on your boots and march. It is not enough to wish for freedom. You must take the steps to possess it. So, what is the next step I have told you to take? Is it to make a budget? Is it to start a business? Is it to sow a seed? Whatever it is, you must do it. March forward with this unwavering confidence. The battle is not yours. The battle is mine. Your part is courage and obedience. My part is to silence the giants and to give you the victory. Go, possess your land. My child, as the rains of my blessing begin to fall, and the harvest you have believed for starts to fill your barns, you will face a new and more subtle test. The test of poverty reveals your endurance and faith, but the test of prosperity reveals your heart. Therefore, I command you now, before the increase comes, guard your heart fiercely against the poison of pride. It will approach you not as a roaring lion, but as a subtle whisper. It will sound like your own voice. It will say, "Look at what I have accomplished." It will foster a feeling of self-sufficiency, a quiet thought that you no longer need me as desperately as you once did. This is the most dangerous place to be. You must remember, every good and perfect gift comes from me. You are the manager, not the owner. I am the source, not your own effort. So, I will give you the weapons to fight this battle. First, you will practice radical gratitude. Every day, you will thank me not just for the provision, but for the very breath that allows you to work and create. You will give me all the glory, publicly and privately. Second, you will never forget the pit from which I delivered you. When you see others who are still struggling where you once were, you will not look upon them with judgment or superiority. You will see them through my eyes of compassion, and you will remember the feeling of desperation, because that memory will fuel your generosity. Let your wealth make you more compassionate, not less. Let it increase your dependence on me for wisdom, not decrease it. The greatest test of wealth is not in your ability to acquire it, but in the character it reveals in you. I am blessing you not to lift you above others, but to make you a servant to others. Stay low in your own eyes. Remain humble and teachable before me, and I promise you, there will be no limit to how high I can lift you. Pride is the ceiling on your prosperity. Humility blows the roof off. My beloved child, I am calling you to lift your vision higher. Your life is more than just the years you will spend on this earth. I am not just the God of your personal breakthrough. I am the God of your children and your grandchildren and the generations you will never meet. We are not building something temporary. We are establishing a legacy of blessing that will flow down your bloodline long after you have come home to me. I want you to begin thinking beyond your own lifetime. What story will your life tell when you are gone? Will it be a story of a person who simply acquired things and lived comfortably? Or will it be the story of the one who broke the curses of the past and established a new, unshakable foundation of faith and abundance for their entire family line? This is why I am blessing you. Your prosperity is meant to be a tool for creating a legacy of faith, generosity, and kingdom impact. This requires you to be intentional. You must teach your children my principles of finance. It is not enough to leave them an inheritance of money if you have not first given them an inheritance of wisdom. The money will be squandered in a generation, but the wisdom will multiply for all of eternity. Gather them and show them how you honor me with your first fruits. Let them see you give generously with a joyful heart. Talk to them about my faithfulness. Invest your resources in things that have eternal value, in the spreading of the gospel, in the feeding of the hungry, in the lives of people. Let your life become a living testament to my goodness, a story of my faithfulness that your descendants will tell for generations. This is your high calling. You are striving to hear not the applause of men, but to one day stand before me, face to face, and hear those precious words, "Well done, good and faithful servant." You build something that will last. My child, hear this now and let it settle deep into your spirit. Your financial breakthrough is not a one-time event you arrive at. It is not a destination. It is the starting gate to an entirely new way of living. For too long, you have lived in a cycle of lack, worry, and just enough. That season is over. I am calling you up and into your new normal, a state of continual overflow. This is not a life free from problems, but it is a life where my provision always outpaces your need. It is a life lived under an open heaven, where you are constantly connected to the unending river of provision that flows from my throne. You must begin to expect this. Expect my goodness and mercy to follow you, to hunt you down, all the days of your life. This life of overflow will transform you. You will become so full of my blessing, so saturated with my goodness, that you cannot help but spill over onto everyone you meet. Your presence will bring an atmosphere of increase. Your words will carry the weight of my favor. You will live with an open hand. You see, a closed fist, clinging tightly to what it has, can neither give nor receive. But an open hand is a position of trust. It is always ready to release a blessing and always ready to receive one. I am teaching you to live with your hands wide open, knowing that as you release what I have given you, I will always refill them to overflowing. This is your new identity. You are no longer defined by your past struggles or your former lack. From this day forward, you are a child of the King who lives in a state of more than enough. This is not arrogance. It is the confident, humble acceptance of your inheritance. This is my will for you. This is your new normal. Begin to live in it. My beloved, we have come to the very heart of the matter. We have journeyed through trust, discipline, faith, and forgiveness. We have broken curses and established new legacies. Now you must understand why. Why am I doing all of this for you? Why am I so invested in your financial breakthrough? The reason is simple, yet it is the most profound truth of all. I am blessing you so that you can be a blessing. Your prosperity has a purpose far greater than your own comfort or your own security. I am not making you rich so that you can simply be comfortable. I am making you rich so you can become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness and a powerful force for good in this world. Your financial breakthrough is a tool for funding the Great Commission. Your resources are the fuel for taking my message of hope and salvation to the ends of the earth. I am giving you wealth so that you can use it to care for the widow, the orphan, and the poor, to be my hands and feet to those in desperate need. Your prosperity is meant to be a megaphone. When a watching, cynical world sees my supernatural blessing on your life, and then sees you use that blessing with extravagant generosity and unwavering integrity, your life becomes a thunderous declaration of my goodness and my power. The ultimate goal of your breakthrough is not your comfort, but your commissioning. This is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of your true assignment. Today is the day your partnership with me to change the world begins in earnest. So, receive this breakthrough. Steward it with wisdom. Deploy it with courage. And use it for my glory. For you are loved, you are chosen, and you are called for such a time as this. Now go and be the blessing I have created you to be. You have just received your ultimate purpose. You are blessed to be a blessing, commissioned for my work on this earth. This, my child, is your first act of obedience in that divine commissioning. You have asked me, Lord, how can I partner with you to reach the world? This is it. Every gift you release through super thanks, membership, or by using the PayPal link below becomes a river of my living water flowing into a dry land, carrying this very message of breakthrough to a soul I am pursuing. I commanded, go into all the world, and your giving is your way of going, of sending my voice where your feet cannot tread. As you release these funds for my glory, I release over you the full backing and favor of heaven's resources. And now act on your commissioning. Give, send, and partner with me to fund the harvest. My beloved, our time of conversation for this moment is drawing to a close, but your journey is just beginning. You have heard my heart for you. You have received my promises. The seeds of truth have been planted in the fertile soil of your spirit. Now, you must water them with an act of faith. A spoken or written declaration is more than just words. It is a stake you drive into the ground, a spiritual marker that says, on this day, everything changed. It is you, agreeing with heaven. It is you, serving notice to every force of darkness and every doubt in your own mind that you have chosen to believe my report. Therefore, I give you this final instruction. Go now, and in the space provided for you, make your declaration of faith for all to see. Let your words be a testament to the decision you have made in your heart today. Do not do it for the sake of others, but as a powerful act of personal commitment between us. Write with conviction, "My financial breakthrough begins today." As you type these words, feel the power and truth of them resonate within your soul. You are not just making a comment. You are making a covenant with my promise. Your declaration will become a banner of hope, not only for you but for every other child of mine who reads it and is encouraged. Let the chorus of believers rising in faith strengthen your own resolve. Your old story of lack is finished. Your new story of my supernatural abundance begins now, with your declaration, "I am with you always." It is done. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.